me call you for a date, and I just break the news to you. Vile utachukua shauri yangu, si shauri yako. Because if I lose it, if I die, I die.
So that this was the most funniest thing. When you told me that we meet for a date. So in the morning, the Lord had told me what you wanted to tell me.
Seriously?
Yeah, and I laughed.
Okay.
So mimi nikitoka kwenye niko Embasava, niko naishi Emba Fedha. When I was coming, I was like, I know what this guy really wants, and I had already said no in my head and in my heart and in anything. So when I came, and you are a bit tensed by the way. You are not normal.
I was tense because you see, we are used to this guy who is so calm, collected, cool, talking everything. But now I've come, I'm like, where do I start from?
You're not sure.
Where do I start?
What's the reaction?
Do I start by buying lunch, we eat, then after the lunch, I break the news? Or do I break the news in the lunch? How will she react? Will she just leave me with my juice and my lunch, and I just pay now for 2 plates that are not touched? No, I didn't know where to start from, because you see now, it was just strange, because you see, I'm used to you.
I know.
I'm used to this girl, this friend of mine, this sister. I'm used to talking to you, everything plus everything. As in, and I am, why is it that I'm afraid? Actually, my heart was just, it was pumping really, really hard. So then of course now I just broke the news. I told you, and then you told me now what the Lord had told you. I think did you tell me what the Lord had told you? No, you didn't tell me.
I didn't tell you. So of course I told you it's a no.
Categorical no.
It's a categorical no. No,
without mercy.
Without mercy. Because I also believe in not wasting someone's energy. I am not the kind of ladies that will beat around the bush.
You won't tell me, let me go pray.
Pray about it, and I'm not going to pray, you know? If I'm not going to pray about it, if I've already decided it's a no, then it's a no. But I also think my no was not basically that the Lord has said it's not.
You're sure you didn't have anything at all?
Okay.
Then?
I'm not too sure. I wasn't so sure because, you see, you're my friend for a while. I've known you for a while. We've shared so many things. I've known you pursuing my friend, all those things. So I think I wouldn't say that my no was influenced by ati the Lord has said you're not the one. Naona kuna ile God anaweza kukuambia categorical, this is not the person. So my no was basically influenced by
the fact that
number one, we had told each other we are not going to fall for one another. Yeah. So I felt like we are breaking that. Yeah. Then number two, my no was also influenced by the fact that you had also pursued my girlfriend. So, and you see, I was the referee. Mimi ndiye nilikuwa nasema, naambia my friend, this one is not the one. And then nakwambia,
she's not the one.
Then I didn't know how it would look like now. At now me saying yes to you, because I felt like I would have really betrayed my friend. And then the third reason why I said no, remember I wasn't saying no because that I had the Lord say no. The third reason I also felt like you are not sure, because I felt like one, you had pursued this one, then you are this one, then finally you are on me. So I felt like this guy is not serious. Then the fourth. Now the fourth one. The fourth one was this one. I remember that time I had lost my job.
Yeah.
So at this particular time, I was jobless. So our father in the faith always says, don't say you're jobless because you're working in the... Then I was just doing missions and all that. So I was working in the vineyard, but I didn't have a source of an income per se. Story for another day. Then the same case. Here is my man. My soul man to be.
The suitor.
The suitor.
Who has no job as well.
Who has no job as well. And I was like, Lord Jesus Christ, this cannot be it. And then there is what the Lord had showed me or had spoken to me about my husband. What I didn't know is that the Lord was speaking about the future, not the present. You see? So I was like comparing what the Lord had said with the current you. And mlikuwa hivi. As in east and west. Yani ni kama unaambiwa, yani this is it, but whatever you have has been provided for you is on, as in you are nothing. How it was not marrying. Your spiritual life was not marrying. Because you see me, I came from a place where I've been really groomed. I've been groomed. Yani, I've been groomed in spiritual matters. I've been groomed in many ways. Confidence and all that. And then, so I was like, these two pictures are not marrying. Then plus we are also jobless. So I was like, Lord, sister, if you bring together two people who are jobless, who will help who? Nani atasaidia mwingine? So my saying no was basically not because the Lord had said that this is not a person, but it's because of those four aspects. And remember, at that particular time, there are other people who are also pursuing me, but people who are at least a bit well, at least maybe a job na kitu kama hiyo. So I was like, no, this cannot be it. It can't be it. And that's why I said no. And I also didn't want to go and trouble myself to go and pray. Lest I go and pray, then the Lord tells me he's the one.
You didn't want to pray.
So I just wanted to stay like...
to become a bit logical.
No, I just wanted to stay like I have no communication from anyone. So I want to justify my no. What I did know is that the Lord does not necessarily bring you the full package.
Sure.
He brings you raw material. Then it's in the process of you're making me and I make you into becoming. And then and I've noticed many young ladies, they miss their seasons of marriage and they miss their opportunities because they are not able to, when the way the package has been presented and whatever some, if they're spiritual, whatever the Lord has said to them and whatever the package that has come to them, ziko contra, so they reject. Because it's good they have the picture of the Lord, but the Lord could also be communicating about something that is futuristic. So if you are not able to transition, you miss. You can dismiss someone based on who they are and what they are at that particular time. And I believe that was one of the mistakes I did. Because yes, it is true the Lord has spoken and has said to me whatever he had said to me. And yes, it is true you're here. But when I marry those two pictures na marry anaona apana. And because I'm one person who really I don't like going against what the Lord has said to me. I like pursuing it to the latter. So it has to marry. You see?
It wasn't marrying.
It was not marrying at this point.
Not even marrying. It was not even a relationship.
It was
not marrying. Marrying is a huge word. No relationship at all.
No relationship at all. Let's you just take me being your twinnie. If you are not comfortable with that, get out of here.
Wow.
So that is it. And remember, I left you in the hotel.
Actually, you did. No. You didn't walk me. You didn't walk out on me.
But yes, what
you did, I syndicized you.
Really?
And then you walked out on me on the road. And I'm like,
ni kama video, ni kama drama.
Amanda. I'm like, should I pass? And then I was like, my boys, hiyo kiburi jifichie bwana. Jifanya hata yeye, jifanya hata yeye.
You don't care.
You don't care. But a portion of me is also telling me, then go after her. So I was caught into two. So what I did, because I tried to catch up with you, but you had disappeared. Mahali tu kwa mabasi huko, because unajua town, the way the CBD is so much crowded and all that. So nikajaribu kukupasu, I didn't see you, I couldn't see you. I think maybe ulikuwa umeingia gari or something. So I couldn't find you. So nikaenda tu na my ego, which was already...
So I actually told you to go and pray or something.
You told me, you do this, you go pray that the Lord will show you your wife, not me. I'll show you.
And you know you.
And like you see, I'm not
straightforward. I don't betray.
You see, if it is me, the Lord will tell me. But for now.
But of course, I had not heard from the Lord.
You hadn't heard anything from the Lord. So me, I went with my small ego, which already has been crushed in a way, because I thought I'm going to come. There's so many other ladies that I can pursue in a way, or rather. But anyway, of course, that was not my thing, because you see, I didn't want to keep on jumping. And you see now the prayer that I made when I was coming from Nanyuki, I didn't want to keep on.
You really wanted to hit on the target.
Yeah, so I went back home, and then as you had told me to pray. I really prayed. I literally prayed. And my prayer was one: God, if she's the one, let me not waste. If she's not the one, let me not waste my time and her time as well pursuing her. Because you see, the more I'm pursuing you, the more, of course, I'm also pulling you into my confusion in a way. So I didn't want to kind of waste your time in a way. I also didn't want to waste my time. So my prayer was one: Lord, if she's the one, I didn't tell him to give me a sign. Because I think most of our generation nowadays, we normally tell the Lord, give us a sign. And then sometimes the signs are absurd. God, green. Some things are kind of absurd in a way. But of course, sometimes God does it. But you know, even the devil can cause some signs to come into pass so that you can.
No, but there's a point you've told me, and I think that one stood out for me, that you told the Lord that if she's the one, I will never. But if you give me her, I will never prevent her from.
Yeah, this is no. You're actually going ahead of me.
Oh, really?
So this is what I said. I prayed. After I've prayed that prayer, I made a vow, which is very, very, very hard for someone to make. And it's not. I wouldn't advise someone to make such kind of prayer if you're not convicted. There's actually a time I was talking to some guy and I was telling him the same thing. Never make a vow if you're not convicted about something, because a vow will tie you up. And this is the vow I made. I told the Lord, if she is the one, and if you give me her, I will never prevent her from serving you, and I will never prevent her from doing that which you called her, you ordained her to become, to do. From her childhood, from the time you made her in the mother's womb. And that's the prayer I made. And you know, the Lord didn't tell me, mwanangu, msichana ni wako. He didn't do that. The Lord told me. He of course, you know, then I never used to hear, or rather know and differentiate the voice of God from my thoughts and all that. I never used to do that. I had not been taught in that direction or for in the past. So I made the prayer. The Lord spoke to me now using some materials. You know, the Lord speaks in different ways. He can speak through a song. Actually, I heard of a man of God who was spoken to through a message that was written in a matatu. So the Lord can also speak, or even songs playing in the matatu can be speaking to you. So the Lord, of course, spoke to me. And he asked me a question that is actually in the Bible. He asked me a question: can two walk together unless they're in agreement? Of course, my answer to him was, of course, we cannot walk together if you are not agreed. And now,
I think you came and told me.
Yeah,
so.
I came and told you.
Oh, I asked you, what has he said?
Yeah, you told me. I of course, we met, because of course our friendship was still intact, and we were so much of friends. So. Even after me sharing whatever I had in my heart, it didn't change anything, because you see, now we were still friends, we were tight, we were close and all that. So I came to you and I told you, I've spoken to the Lord, I've prayed as you told me, and
reporting time.
Reporting. I've prayed as you told me, and this is what the Lord told me. He asked me a question: can two walk together unless they're in agreement? And of course, my answer was, unless we agree, we can never walk this journey. So I told you, unless the two of us agree. So if you are out and me I'm in, That's
can't
not an
work.
agreement.
It's true.
You can't.
It takes
work.
two.
It takes
Tango.
to tangle, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't tangle a rope. With, as in, a rope. Actually, even a rope is not made of one thread.
Yeah.
There are so many threads
Yeah.
that are tied in between. So there has to be that koinonia, that agreement for a thing to last.
Even when you told me, it really
It still
didn't
didn't move you.
didn't move me.
Yeah, because you see, you had already made up your mind.
I had made up my mind.
After now,
Our friendship still
the
continued.
friendship still continued, and then now, where you used to minister then, you were invited back for a mission, and then now the pastor told you. I think the pastor told you, if you can have a team to come with to help in the praise and worship protocol and a keyboardist, you can actually bring them along. And then you came to me and told me, there's a mission. It's in Nyeri. I think Nyeri.
Yeah.
Nyeri, but where you were. So of course I agreed. Of course my agreement was because
you are still trying to
I'm still trying to please
woman.
this woman, because you see now, how can you say no? Yeah, of course then I wasn't working still. So how can I say no? Yet I'm trying to please you.
So you went
into agreeing. Into agreeing. So I went to the mission. Not because I really wanted to minister to the Lord. I was ministering.
You are ministering to
I wanted to minister to you. My heart out, of course. So, yeah, we went for the mission. And then the mission was very successful. And I remember there's this preacher. He told the ladies, rise up on your feet. All the single ladies and the married ladies, rise up on your feet. They stood, all the ladies stood. He started saying, I see your husband coming from China.
Amen.
My sister used to say, amen, the biggest amen. Amen. They are coming from Nigeria. Amen. They are coming from the US. Amen. And I'm like, I am their China. I'm the US. I'm the American. I'm all this. I am here, my friend. Why are you going to China? Why are you going to Nigeria, Oga? Stay here, stay here. I'm like, but honestly, I was feeling bad.
You're feeling so hard.
I was feeling hard because I'm seeing all the ladies, your friends, and yourself, you're all standing up and saying amen to that prayer. I'm like, man of God, keep quiet. Like, stop making those declarations, man. Because you see, they are actually hurting me. Because now, for me, my woman is here.
She's busy receiving
from China. Receiving from, I don't know where. And I was like, oh God, now what do I do in such a case? I came all the way from Nairobi to just get hurt again here. Like to be wounded, to be crushed completely. And then Kasamane, that's it. So of course the mission ended and we came back. Still you are very hard.
So hard.
You're so hard because we kept on meeting for our dates as usual, because you see we are friends. And then now at this particular time, I received an invitation to go to South Africa. Because now I'm feeling so wounded. I feel like I just want to go to South Africa. I don't want to stay in Kenya. Actually, it was within the same period. So actually, a lady that had hosted me then, a friend of them,
a family,
yeah, the family that had hosted. No, the mother of the house, the mom, who had hosted me for quite a long time, told me that there's a friend of them, their family friend who has a pastor in South Africa, who wants a keyboardist and a singer. And I'm like, I'm here. So why stay in Kenya if
you're being
heartbroken, right, left, center? So why not go to South Africa? Of course, I came. I told you that I've received an invitation to go to South Africa, and these are your words, because of course we are still friends. We are tight. We hadn't become enemies. So you told me, if you are going to go to South Africa, make sure you leave me a good friend like yourself, who will be my friend, who will be praying with me here, as you are praying with me there. Of course, I will do that. But now this is now the greatest prayer that we made, the two of us. We made a prayer. You told me, if this is the will of the Lord for you, it will come to pass. If it is not the will of the Lord, it will die a natural death. And as you can see, I'm in Kenya. never been to South Africa.
Yeah.
Of course, I will go by the grace of God.
So I think
it didn't materialize. Actually, we came to realize that it was a
scam.
It was a scam. It was like
It was a scam.
It was more of a scam, yeah.
We used to have keshas. Gathering of Champions used to have keshas. Then, of course, both of us are still serving. We are still friends, in as much as I've refused him.
We're actually having dates.
Yeah.
So now you see, ladies, when you are refusing someone, doesn't mean that now they become enemies.
We did become enemies. So we were.
It just means that probably you are not meant to be. But she's still a sister in the Lord. He's still a brother in the Lord. Because, of course, life has to continue.
Yeah.
Regardless.
So I remember when we were in the same team, the praise and worship team. And so we were supposed to make some uniforms for the Kesha.
Yeah.
I was a lead singer. He was also a lead singer.
Yeah.
We were both leading,
we were both leading, as I also play the instrument.
Yeah.
I used to play, sometimes I'm assigned to play in the instrument, sometimes.
Or sometimes he's assigned to sing.
Yeah.
So now it happened that you hear me, I'm not working, he's not also working. Then we're supposed to put on all white.
Yeah, all white.
All white. And so he's like, me, I don't know, I'll sing how, because I don't have uniform, neither do I have money to make a cloth. It happens, just seasons in the past. Now they're in the past. So I told him, and he told me, come to town. I'm like, okay, I come to town to do what? So when I came to town, he took me to a designer friend of his then.
Yes, nilikuwa nimeomoka.
Alikuwa ameomoka hiyo siku. Wacha niendelee kufurahisha kaka sana.
I told her, come to town. Let's go to my designer.
My designer. Yeah. Nikaenda nikapimwa nguo. And then at the back of my mind I was like, this guy seems to be different. How comes even after I've said so much no's, he's still there? I mean,
still investing.
He's still investing. He's still
planting
pushing.
Seed, watering.
And I think that is what I like about my husband, because he kept at it, regardless of the fact that I had said a million no's. I had hurt him in Nyeri, receiving a husband from China and Yugoslavia and all that, and he's here. He's wondering, why do you want to go for fake things and originals?
Raw, local.
And I think that really triggered something in my heart, in my spirit. So after we went for the kesha, the dress was made, I liked it, and we went for the kesha.
Actually, I did this. I had a lot. I don't know where I actually even got the money from. I made some clothes for you and for my friend, the one we were staying with. Because we were actually, all of us, we were going through a particular season. God bless that friend of mine. He's a great pastor right now as we speak. So I made clothes for you and for him, both shoes for myself and for him as well.
Yeah.
And of course for you had a lot of shoes, so you didn't need shoes.
So now come the kesha, we minister.
So come the kesha, we minister.
We minister, and the Lord really moved.
Of course, yeah, it really moved. Actually, I think that kesha even now our best couple now, Pastor Sam Kata.
Yeah, they were present.
They were actually even ministered then. I remember.
So now after the kesha, we go home and we are sleeping, and I was alone in the house, and I was just about to sleep. And then I heard a voice tell me, Paris, you do not know how much of a treasure that man is to you. Eh? I think what?
Treasure?
Treasure?
It is hidden in rafts. Rafts of
and I asked the Lord, is it really you who is speaking or what? Then of course I knew how the voice of the Lord is and how he speaks to me. And of course, after I heard that, I just responded to the call.
You melted.
I melted. Yes. The Pharaoh heart died off, and I think we began the journey now of. But before I accepted to come and tell you what the Lord has said, I remember I called my girlfriend. We met along archives.
The one that I was not pursuing.
The one that you are pursuing.
I pursued.
I told her whatever is happening, and these are our mature friends. She told me, Perry, the fact that myself, I didn't accept him, it does not mean that it's not your will for you. It's not the will of God for you. So if that is what you feel and that is what the Lord is telling you, then
go for it.
Go for it. And that is how I felt I'm free. And that's when now we began walking the journey. And then I also remember, I also told you a thing. Then I told you, I'm going to take you to my spiritual authority then. I had not submitted under Life Church. So Pastor Samukat was the person I was accountable to. And I told him, if I take you to Pastor Samukat, even after hearing God, I felt like I needed an approval for an authority.
Sure.
So I told him, if I take you to him and he says it's a no, just know me and you are done. Because I also honor the place of authority in my life.
Sure.
I believe they see what I'm not seeing.
It's true, yeah. Yeah, they normally say that they can, where they can see while seated, as even when you stand
You are
on top
standing,
of a
you
tree,
cannot
they
see.
cannot
So I
see.
told him, if I take you and Pastor Samuka says it's a no, just know it's a no. Even if I had heard, because now I'll begin doubting what I had
Of course,
heard.
of course.
So when we met with Dad, he was like, wow, okay, that is it. And he was okay with it. And I felt, I think now
It's an approval.
it's an approval. And I think now we can begin walking the journey and begin trusting the Lord and all that. And then now I think you also came and shared with your cover. So you shared
But
with
now,
Pastor Mark.
yeah, the person I was a bit close to then was Pastor Mark. Of course, I met him. I told him I've seen a lady, and she sings in the praise and worship. I think he had seen you sing.
I think
because
so.
Because there are times he used to come and minister in the gathering of champions. So I told him about that, and then he told me, now if it is not official enough, now you can just come. And then this is what he told me. He told me that two of you, there's just something unique. I don't know. At the moment you mentioned her, and there's just something the Lord probably is going to do with.
So I think it was also another confirmation and an
It
affirmation.
was a
So
confirmation.
it's very important to find confirmations. Huh?
Of course, yeah.
It's good. It's good you had God,
of course.
but also seek
For kind of approvals in a way.
seek another affirmation
Yeah.
from somebody you honor,
Sure.
somebody you have submitted under, somebody you truly know has you in their heart.
Sure.
If this is wrong, they will tell you it's wrong. If this is right, because now the thing is, if you just do your own things, and then you just show up in surprises, that's why you end up as victims.
Of course, yeah.
So it's good to also get somebody who can affirm. Don't just be there and conclude. It's good to seek counsel
It's true.
from counselors and a pastor or someone you're under authority under, so that you can also be safe.
It's true. Accountability
Is very important. Accountability is very important.
It's true.
And it's important to hear out your leaders.
It's true.
So now comes to the time where I have to break it to my parents.
Yeah, before you even break it to your parents, I remember there's a time, because you see, I used to play for you the keyboards a lot, you singing. So there's a time we went for a mission, and we were not in a relationship yet. And then Pastor T, I've just remembered, I've just rewinded the cassette a bit. And then now, Pastor T, we sang a song. There's a song we sang.
Yeah.
You sang a song, you had a song. And then, the moment you sang that song, we were actually singing, the two of us, and we were not in a relationship.
So
we were very
meaning
good
singing
friends.
together has not started now. We used to sing together
we
even
used to sing
before
together even
you
before
you were
got
married.
Yeah, so we sang a song. The song, there were some words that were really.
Well, I can't remember.
I can never live without you. I can never breathe without. Of course, we are referring to God. So because it's a high school challenge weekend, and we had gone to just worship the Lord. So we were singing, I can never live without you. So after
But
the
of
service,
course, people interpreted
yeah, of course,
different
people
things.
interpret it differently. Even Pastor T himself, he told us, so you can never live without each other. No. See, there's nothing. We're just good friends. Now he told me, no, the two of you, I'm seeing some albums. That's what he said. He said, I'm seeing some albums in the two of you. And you continue singing this thing. You are trying to lie to us. Of course,
So it's
now,
another confirmation.
that was a confirmation then. But of course, we had already brushed it off. So now coming back to the present.
So now
the
I
parents.
get to go to my parents. Of course, after you've gotten the confirmation, you go to your parents.
Of course, yeah.
So I went home and I met my mom. So it's to break that. Can you say, I have finally found someone and I want to get married. And she was like, oh, African parents, what does he do?
What does it do?
I wasn't so sure what I should say you do. Because then, had you gotten a job? Not yet.
I had
But it was not bringing. You were selling land or something?
Yeah, I was selling land. I had gotten just a sales exec kind of
somewhere.
job.
But it used to stay for long.
It was because you know now selling policies, land.
Sometimes it's hard.
Sometimes it's hard there. You can stay.
So I was like, I didn't want to put my parents'
high hopes.
And then it's not
land.
like, so you know, when you tell someone,
he's a guy with a big tummy.
So they expecting somebody with a big tummy, with what. So me, I told them, for now he's selling lands, but he also sings. And my mother was like, anasukanga nywele. You know, musicians in Nairobi, they are known to be anasuka nywele, and they have wametoboa masikio. Then I said no. The next one, ametoboa masikio. And then I told my mom, no. Oh, sawa.
Of course.
So she relaxed when she heard that the guy is neat. And then that was it. Then now the hardest part was to tell my father, to break the news to my father. And then I broke the news for my father. Then he was like, even me and your mom started off from somewhere. We didn't have anything. But look at where I thank God for my father that he accepted how we were and accepted us. Accepted you, how at the position and at the status you were at that particular time. And I thank God for him. So then I think we started off.
Yeah, and I think that's now where we now began planning, being serious about it, going for counselings and all that.
And all that. Finding a best couple.
Of course, yeah.
Which is also another
very, very
serious thing.
Yeah, it's very serious.
Because a best couple
really
is really important and then it's good to be led of the Lord to a best couple. Don't just pick anyone.
Because these are people who walk with you
and walk you and transition you.
They're actually walking you through a journey. And you see that the marriage journey is not just a one time. It's not like a hit and then you go especially for parents like those. Because you see, I think my thinking for such is that such parents they
can walk with you.
They of course sometimes maybe
sometimes it's the
seasons. But you see, for a particular season, you need someone who is really sober for that particular season. Someone who can walk you through the journey, someone who can help you pass some hurdles. Because you see now, even in relationship, there are hurdles that you have to pass. Accountability.
You need someone who will be asking you, where are you?
Where are you?
Are you conducting yourself in purity? Are you conducting yourself in a godly way?
It's true.
So, and I think we found family in Pastor Samukat and Pastor Paris.
Yeah.
So we remember sometimes we would go for counseling to them, and then the counseling would turn into a prayer meeting.
I remember one
we
night.
would pray, especially when Dad would take his guitar and start leading in worship.
I remember one night we had gone for counseling, premarital counseling.
Yeah.
Then now the premarital counseling turned out to be
a prayer,
a fellowship.
Then
it turned out to be a prayer of
4
hours.
For hours, you would pace in the house for hours.
Wait, stand up, no sleeping.
No sleeping.
Go.
Pray.
We just paced through
and I believe those are some of the things that really made our foundation and our starting point very strong.
Yeah, sure.
And then along the way, we got a shake-up. The conflict stage.
Yeah, of course, yeah. There's
the
other C.
The other C.
I don't know how to arrange them.
No, we don't arrange them. We just speak. So, the conflict stage, we had such a major shake-up. A major shake-up that would have caused us to break.
Yeah, sure.
Even after coming all that long, having all those confirmations and all that. But again, the best couple.
Yeah.
And the church.
And accountability. Now, the same people who confirmed...
They helped us walk through that transition,
yeah.
And now we were able to go through that conflict stage, and we did not separate.
Of course.
And here we are.
We
committed to getting married, and on the 2nd of September,
yes, we wrote a contract.
We signed before God.
We signed a contract. The other C.
We signed before the Lord, before witnesses, before the church, and we declared that we want to walk. Two.
Yeah, unless two.
The second one joined.
Two cannot walk together.
The two cannot walk together
unless they are. So we agreed
We agreed.
to agree.
Yeah.
We agreed to agree,
We agreed to agree.
not to disagree.
Yeah. So now this is 7 years later.
Yeah.
7 years
counting.
later.
I'm still counting. We're still loving one another.
Still
loving
having
Jesus.
this man.
Yes.
Loving
This man, handsome man.
this man. My tall and dark and handsome.
Yes. Don't
guy.
forget that part. I'm handsome. Too.
Tall.
You shouldn't forget that part.
7 years later,
Yeah.
I still have my tall, dark and handsome guy.
Mhm.
My security.
Yeah, security.
My bodyguard.
Now becoming a bit. No. Really supposed to. But not the kitambi. No. The other.
My
no.
bodyguard.
Yeah.
My bodyguard.
I'm a pretty girl.
And we are celebrating 7 years.
Yes, of course, 7 years. I started this journey, but I'm not going alone. I'm not walking the journey alone. Of course, the Lord has been our exceedingly great reward. Yeah, rewarded us with 2 boys.
Yeah.
Yes, and we thank God because of that journey, because it has been a really tough. It was a really tough journey then, and up to this time, we can say that the Lord has taken us thus far. It is the Lord. That's what we can say. Thus far is the Lord. Yes.
Yeah, we thank God. And of course, I would still choose you
Of course.
a million and a million times. Yes.
I still remember this.
Mm.
I don't want you for a day. I need you forever. In my life. What? I forgot the lyrics. Oh my God.
That is how the release just
Just words.
ended. Just
But wait, I
ended.
can make my own. I don't want you for a day. I need you forever. In your life, yeah? Rain like raindrops. Baby, won't you be my full stop? I don't want you for a day. I need you forever. Make this life flow like raindrops. Baby girl, won't you be my full stop? Yes.
Of course, I will be your full stop.
Yeah, now you are now the full stop. You are not a comma. Not putting a comma to start another conversation. No.